Today I want to show you my recipe for a classic Greek bean soup, but this time it's going to have a twist. I'm going to add a certain flair to this by adding bacon to it, so it's going to bring out a bacony earthiness to it. It's going to be like a hug in a bowl. For those of you that know this by its other name, Fasolada, it is also the Greek home enema kit. This cures everything. So, to start us off very simply, I'm going to use about 2 cups of dry navy beans or white beans. Now, here's the thing. When it comes to beans and legumes that, using them in dishes, you can go the classic canned route, which is fine. I find though that those kinds of products have a lot of sugar and salt in them, and that's not really a healthy option, as you can clearly tell. It's important to me. But here's the thing. I'll share with you a secret for my beans. These beans have been soaking not overnight, but for 24 hours. That's my secret for always successful legume and bean recipes. I'm gonna take these, just throw them in there. Look at this. This is like 2 cups of dried beans, and you're gonna be feeding an army with this, believe me. I've also noticed when you soak the beans for longer, aka at least 24 hours, you're gonna find your beans will get bigger, they'll plump up, and they'll be softer. They'll just come apart easier. And this recipe, the way things are, is going to take about 30-45 minutes tops, and you are going to have a top-notch meal. Another thing, this recipe is also a one-pot meal. Everything happens here. So, first things first, I'm going to take an onion, just 1 onion. Now, I'm just going to coarsely chop this into big chunks because ultimately, I'm also the kind of guy that likes to see what's in my food and in my recipes. So, my onion's gonna go in there, just like that. Next thing, I need water. For this, you're gonna do about 8 cups of water, and you're gonna kind of play it by ear. And there's the other 4, so that's 8 cups of water in there. The next thing, Greek EVOO, olive oil. For this, you're not going to chintzy. We're doing an easy, solid cup of olive oil. 1.5 cups is fine. This is what's going to come up and give you that flavor, that background deliciousness. I'm telling you, it's insane. I'm going to throw in, go fairly generous on the salt. I'm going to do 1 bay leaf is going to go in here. Nothing complicated. The tomatoiness for this, now, there are recipes out there that don't use any tomato sauce at all or tomato paste, and they just go on the white version. I am a fan of the red version. And for this, I'm just going to throw in a heaping tablespoon. Oh, get that little bit of goodness there. A heaping tablespoon of tomato paste is going to go in there, along with a little bit of pepper. At this point here, you have options. You can also add some sriracha sauce, some chili peppers, chili flake, spice it up a little bit. Totally up to you. Let me just grab a little spoon and just stir this around. And see what's going on here? Exactly. Nothing. It's not that big of a deal at all. Let me fire this up. Get it going. Next, a little bit of my dried Greek oregano. This is fantastic. And you don't need much, maybe like a teaspoon. Perfect. Dried oregano is one of these things where less is more. And believe me, the more is outstanding. Moving along, garlic. This, you can go as heavy or as light as you want for this garlic. Basically, you can do 2, 3, 4 cloves, doesn't really matter. For me, I go heavy. I'm using about 4 cloves of garlic in this. And I'm just going to chop them en masse here, just like that. Just separate them from the bulb. And all I'm going to do, real simple, just crush them with the palm of your hand, just enough to loosen the skins. So the skin will come literally right off your clove, just like that. And it doesn't take much effort at all. This recipe works really well because you could also half it. You could either half it for less people or double it for more people. And that works out really fantastic. So just real quick, just slice this up. And, this is one of these things where as the garlic will cook, because it's going to be cooked in water or liquid, it will not develop that harshness of the burnt that the burnt garlic does. Now, one of my favorite parts, the veggies. These are frozen carrots and frozen celery. I love this stuff. Like, this is from my garden last year, believe it or not. Hey, let me tell you something. Do you know what the cost of like celery is in the middle of like winter here? Exactly. So just take your carrots, take the stems off, and just get rid of them. And all I'm going to do is just slice them up. Now, if you had like normal sized carrots, this would take about 2 or 3 carrots. So judge accordingly. And same with the celery. The celery is going to be a couple of celery stalks. A lot of people choose to use parsley. If you want to use parsley, that's fine too. Now the same deal with the celery. Not for nothing, but last summer I used to talk to these things to make them grow. So my carrots and celery is done. I'm going to throw them in. And now it's time for the game-changing recipe. This is where kind of things get kicked up. My favorite part of this is bacon. Now, I'm going to do about 3 slices of bacon. Am I going to chop it up? No. Right in. Just like that. Perfect. 3 here. 4 slices of bacon will go into this. Don't worry about the raw bacon. Once this thing gets going and heats up past 160, it's all going to be one big hot tub of flavor, believe me. So now, we're going to take this the way it is, bring this up to a boil, reduce heat, cover, and simmer for about 30 to 40 minutes or until your beans are as soft and done as you like. Alrighty, so this is pretty much done, ready to go. Wow, look at that. Let's give this a little whirl here. Oh my God. Bow, chicka, bow, bow. This is absolutely perfect. The starches from the beans have thickened this up to almost like a gravy-like consistency. It's just, wow, perfect, perfect. So, here's the thing. This took about 45 minutes or so. Depending on the beans you use, you're always checking for doneness. Once they're done, whether they're 25, 35, 45 minutes, whatever it takes, you'll know when the beans are soft. So, here comes my favorite part here. This is just unbelievable. The bacon has literally fallen apart on its own. Like there's not much left of it. Look at this. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. Let me show you how I eat this. So, oh, funny. So, an onion. Now, if you choose to do this method, please do not have any like kissing contests because it is not going to be fun for you at all. So what do I do? I'm going to take a little bit of onion, just slice it off, peel it off, so you got like, you get rid of that membrane, that chewy, that kind of not so good part here. Get rid of it. I'm going to take my onion and very simply just cube it in my hand, like fairly finely. You can do this to whatever you like. And what I'm doing here is just crisscrossing, just like that. And I'm making almost like a fine mince. And yes, the onion is totally raw. And all I'm going to do is just very slowly, just cut it into my fasolada, my Greek bean soup with the bacon in there. Like I'm salivating. I'm sitting here, I'm absolutely salivating. Okay, I could actually eat more, but it's not that much soup. And again, this is no kissing contest. What else is this missing? A little bit of my extra virgin olive oil, maybe a tablespoon, tops. You want that essence in there, right? And naturally, a spoon. Mind you, if I wasn't on the camera, I'd be like licking this out of the bowl. Look at this. Absolutely fantastic. So now I got the olive oil that we cooked with, that cup or so that we put in, plus the fresh olive oil, plus the onion. My carrots are done. Here goes. Oh my God. This is like, the Energizer Bunny could eat this. It's so good. Absolutely delicious. And I threw the damn spoon. But anywho, so my friends, that's it for this episode on my souped up little Greek bean soup or fasolada with the smoked bacon in it. Hope you try it. It's super easy. It's like throwing everything into a pot, and it's fantastic and super simple to make, and it'll feed a crowd. Or you can make this in a big batch and freeze it. It's so easy. It freezes really well. You can double the recipe, you can half the recipe. Just make it. It's super delicious and super simple. So that's it. Like I said, take care of each other. Be careful. Please be careful. Things are weird right now. Just take care of yourselves first and then each other. Be smart. And God willing, we're all going to get through this somehow and sooner than later. So my friends, until next time, I thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like button and subscribe. I will see you on the next one. God bless us all.